Cassidy Quinn showing off those selfie skills there. Just like that, Hood to Coast, the world's largest relay race is over, people. That was our own KGW team crossing the finish line. There they go in Seaside today, along with thousands of tired runners and walkers. They deserve to be tired. Good job to them. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Maggie Vespa. Those runners started at Mount Hood more than 24 hours ago, and they just crossed tonight after continuing for 200 miles. KGW's Pat Doris is here to wrap up the day's events. Hey, Pat.
Well, it is iconic and it is huge, Maggie. As you know, more than 12,000 runners and walkers started at Timberline on Mount Hood, and then thousands of other walkers started in downtown Portland early Friday morning. All of them made it to the ocean today.
Social media is filled with snapshots and short video clips of the journey from the mountain to the ocean. Some will remember the 2:30 a.m. run segment, or that buddy that was up in the middle of the night with you. Others, the time their team cheered them on during a lonely stretch.
Go Caroline!
Yes, there is running, and yes, it is fun. But the experience also includes bonding through maybe 3 hours of uninterrupted sleep in 35 hours. We had a KGW team there. Providence had teams also, and they included doctors and cancer survivors and sports medicine pros who helped others along the way. While the runners and walkers covered the miles, the party tents at Seaside were quiet this morning, but ready for the crowds. Some participants, like the Mad Max team from McMinnville, even shot and posted a mini video of their journey. And then, after what must have seemed like forever to most doing the hard work of pounding the miles, the journey was over. There were celebrations, big and small, as teams crossed the finish line together, and then collected their finisher medals. Some couldn't quite keep awake during all the excitement. Yep, it is that sort of drain on the body. The winners, if you are into that, were the Bowerman team for the men, who ran the 199 miles in 17 hours and 19 minutes. The fastest women were the Goats and Roses team, finishing at 20 hours, 47 minutes. Congrats indeed. But for most, it was more about the journey than the destination, the renewing of old friendships or the creating of new ones. Our KGW team included Station President Steve Carter, who recently moved here from Colorado. This was his first time running Hood to Coast.
It was awesome. It was a great team. No sleep. 200 miles. We made it to the coast, as you just saw. You guys are the best.
It was that sort of experience for so many. It was about struggling to keep going for your team, celebrating at the Pig and Pancake, or maybe just having a cold drink, or both. The 2019 edition of Hood to Coast is in the books, and hopefully, the exhausted athletes have long since passed into dreamland by the time this report airs.
Congrats to all the runners, the walkers, and the run walkers, everybody. Finally, last year there was a big controversy because the fastest women's team didn't feel like they got the same type of recognition as the men's team. Well, I checked with them tonight. They said this year, much better. Everything was equal. Maggie?
That's good to hear, Pat. And again, we hope they are sleeping soundly. They deserve it. Pat Doris, thank you so much. Let's turn to meteorologist Joe Ranieri now. And Joe, this weekend brought some great running weather, but it's about to heat up.
Exactly right. And again, congratulations to all the runners and the walkers. That's an impressive feat. And they did kind of luck out this year in terms of weather. We saw temperatures last couple of days, upper 70s, low 80s, although yesterday was just a little bit warmer. By tomorrow morning, there will be a little bit of disturbance that brushes on by throughout the northwest part of the state, bringing in some more cloud cover. We're not going to be looking at any chance of rain, though. Sunny and nice by the afternoon, and summer heat moves in next week. Once again, we're going to be looking at temperatures jumping in to the low to mid 90s by Tuesday and Wednesday, and then it cools back down, similar to what we basically have been seeing so far this summer. And I'll get to this in a little bit, but we really haven't seen any major heat wave compared to what we typically see for summers in the Pacific Northwest. I think a lot of people haven't been enjoying it the last couple of months. We looked at 82 degrees throughout Portland and Hillsborough earlier this afternoon. Once again, we woke up to some morning clouds followed by some afternoon sunshine. And yeah, you'll be seeing a little bit of that, just a little bit heading into tomorrow. 83 in Salem, and on the east end of the Columbia River Gorge, the Dalles, you saw a temperature of 85. Walk out there tonight, you're looking at pleasant temperatures right around the mid to the upper 60s. And by tomorrow afternoon, we'll be seeing those clouds clear out by midday, a little bit earlier, and then highs close to 80 degrees. I'll talk more about the heat that we're expecting in just a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you so much. Moving on tonight, a climber is dead after falling at Smith Rock in Central Oregon. This happened around 9:30 this morning, and deputies say the man fell about 100 feet near the lower gorge at the state park while trying to make his way down a climber's path. His name has not yet been released. Well, here's that video we showed you at the top of the show. That is the moment a horse was rescued from an overturned trailer on I-5 in Southwest Washington. This happened around 1:45 this afternoon, just north of the Dike Access Road exit near Woodland. And the woman who shot this video and sent it to us tells us that multiple drivers pulled over to help out, including a youth football coach and some parents from the team, a councilman from Kelso, and her husband. Eventually, they got the horse out. We're not sure if the horse is hurt, but as you can see, it was at least able to walk around. So good job, everybody. Well, in Washington, the Coast Guard had to airlift a 10-year-old boy who was burned on the beach. This happened at Toliak Point on the Olympic Peninsula last night. Crews say he had second-degree burns on both feet and on part of his leg, but it's not clear at this point what caused them. His mom went with him in the helicopter when he got medical treatment. New developments in the lawsuit over the deadly MAX train stabbings. In new court filings, TriMet and Portland police say they are not at fault for the 2017 attack. That's according to our news partners at the Oregonian. The families of victims Taliesin Nomkai Meche and Ricky Best are suing both agencies for $20 million. They say police and TriMet could have arrested or banned suspect Jeremy Christian from the MAX before the attack. Christian, of course, is accused of threatening and assaulting a woman at a MAX platform and then threatening to stab people on a train the night before the attack. Both agencies say Christian alone is at fault for the deadly stabbings, to which he has pleaded not guilty. Republicans in Washington are now taking aim at Governor Jay Inslee after he ended his presidential campaign this week. Essentially, they want him to pay back tax dollars used in the race for the White House. Sebastian Robertson has that story.
When we asked the governor to pay back the taxpayers.
Washington state Republicans are sending a message to Olympia.
So he's been raising money to his presidential campaign.
One they delivered in person Friday morning.
He can do the right thing just like Scott Walker, just like Steve Bullock, just like Mayor Pete, and write a check to the treasury of the citizens of Washington state so they don't have to pay for his ambitions.
Caleb Heimlich, head of the Washington State Republican Party, says more than 4,500 signed a petition asking Governor Inslee to pay back taxpayer money they say was spent to support Inslee's run for president, a run that officially ended this week.
There was only one position I was interested in, and now I'm interested in serving the people of the state of Washington. We've had great success doing that. If you give me that chance, I'll keep working for another 4 years.
Washington Democrats call Friday's move a political stunt. They say extra security during the national campaign was necessary.
Let's get this job done.
In a written statement, the state Democrat Party chair says there are, quote, real and serious dangers to politicians' personal safety. Here's how Inslee responded when he was asked directly.
We're going to follow Washington law, and Washington law is that the Washington State Patrol provides security for the governor, and we're going to follow that law to the T.
Security he'll continue to receive as the governor shifts his focus from the White House to the State House.
And that was Sebastian Robertson reporting. Tomorrow, Democratic candidate Senator Cory Booker is bringing his campaign for president to Portland. He'll be at the Riveter in Southeast Portland tomorrow night. Tickets for that fundraiser range from $50 to $1,000. And Senator Elizabeth Warren will also be in the Pacific Northwest. She's hosting a town hall at the WAMU Theater in Seattle tomorrow. You will need to register on her website if you want to go. Right now, she doesn't have any planned trips to Oregon. We'll let you know if that changes.